Hello everybody, happy Tuesday, hope you're doing very well, and maybe the title of the video has got you thinking, surely he's already got a Juventus shirt. Well, yes I do, but maybe I'm having a little bit of fun with this one. Firstly though, you might have noticed that I've changed my backdrop a little bit. The shirts I had are now elsewhere, and I've been replaced by the Chelsea shirts because they've always been in another room, and I don't really get to see them, and considering how important Chelsea is to me as a supporter, I'd like them to be more involved. So, and if I see them, it gives me more incentive to actually fill the gaps and buy the other ones. Because of course, those of you who will be smart enough to realise, I actually haven't got the Chelsea shirts for this season. When it goes to chronological order, the most recent one is the third shirt from last season, with Mudryk on. But don't worry, that will be changing very soon. I have all three shirts en route in various ways, though it's not going to be quite the end of the destination when they arrive to mine. Bit frustrating, but that will all make sense when it's happening. But we have another shirt, and yes, it's an interestingly named one. I still have, it's the second shirt, of course, from the Brazilian package that I started opening on Friday, would have been. Let's just get it out, and maybe we can figure out what's going on. It's here. Shouldn't be anything else in there. Kappa manufactured shirt. It's always a good start. Always a good start. Got tags on. All right then, let's hide this. So, the rear of the shirt is, hopefully you can make it out. It's very jazzy. There's a very good chance that you've already seen this as well online at some point. Kappa Brazilian shirts generally do get a little bit of wind on the old social media. But that is amazing. I don't know if it's actually going to be picking it up on the old camera, depending on if I put the lighting. Got this jacquard styling. I think it should just be the letter J. Now if I bring it around to the front, oh sorry, there's also something on the back of the neck there. It just simply says 1924 to 2024, 100 years. Guess it's a centennial shirt this is. It's always a good start when it's a centennial one. And bring it around to the front. Now you'll notice something missing, which is usually present on my shirts, but I had to grab it because of the shirt and how amazing it should have been on the photographs and obviously in person. So yes, there's no sponsor on this one. I seem to have a little bit of a rule excuse break for Brazilian shirts. I do have quite a few Brazilian shirts that don't have sponsors. Admittedly, some of them are Kappa shirts, but I thought this one was so beautiful that I'd let that one slide. So you have the big J logo, Juventus, Kappa manufactured. But it's just got that same pattern running around the front. When I saw this online, I thought, yep, this is absolutely beautiful. It's typical what Kappa do. You have the round neck sort of collar, gold, and this sort of maroon. Now, I'll admit, maroon, burgundy, whichever shade you want to use it, is never really my favorite color. But it works really well with its gold, and the fact that it's so shiny. This is actually amazing. So it's medium, it's a regular fit. We have the tags. Let me dress the mannequin and I'll explain to you who this is and why this shirt is so lovely. Okay then, so there is a shirt, and hopefully it's shimmering like it is in real life. It is truly amazing. The team is Juventus de Milwaukee. Yes, it's Juventus, but not quite like you were maybe anticipating it to be. They are a team from Brazil, of course it makes sense. And this is their home shirt from 2024, so it's the current home shirt. Bought from Foot Fanatics, of course, but this one was a little bit more expensive than the Bragantino shirt, with it being a current shirt. It was about $60, what's that, £50 or something like that? But it was well worth it. This right now, I don't believe is available to buy. I bought it the first lot, and then it got restocked, and then it's obviously sold out. You can get children's sizes, but you can't get adult sizes. It's very popular, and there's a reason why it's probably sold out so quickly, is because this team here, they are from Sao Paulo, but they don't play in the sort of the national league like the Serie A in Brazil. They play only in the Sao Paulo league, the Paulista league, which is interesting in Brazil. Is you have teams like Palmeiras, Sao Paulo themselves, they all play in the major league, but they also then have a version of just the regional league that they play, which is effectively playing right now. I think it runs from like January until maybe a few more weeks before the main league starts. I can imagine probably partly because it's I think I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that this is how the Brazilian League started first. It was the regional stuff, and then it obviously a national league began. And also, Brazil's a big place. So if you've got a team that maybe isn't as wealthy as others, it's quite difficult to travel around. And if you're doing it, back and forth, you might not be able to achieve that. So if you stick within your state, then you can have easier games to travel to. And also, you have that sort of general rivalry, and you play the same teams and you understand what's going on. Because if you start playing, these guys start playing with, Sao Paulo, they were just focusing on the main league, then they're never going to cross over. This team has played in the National League at some point. I think they were second division at best, but currently they just stick to the Sao Paulo League. They are in the second tier of it, the A2 League. And as I mentioned, the seasons, well, I think the main season's finished. I think they finished about 6th place. And at the time of recording, they're in the quarterfinals, which I can only imagine will eventually lead to a possible promotion. Makes sense, doesn't it? To the top division, where they'll play some of the bigger teams from Sao Paulo, like Bragantino and Sao Paulo, etc., which would be good. Last season, they finished in about 11th place, so they've had some improvements going on. So it's an interesting one. When I first started researching them, I thought, I can't find them. I don't know where they are, but yeah, they just play in their state league. This is, of course, a Kappa shirt, and you know what? Maybe Kappa are the best manufacturer right now. It's very possible. They're so diverse at what they can do. In one essence, they are, you can see the influence of the shirts they do, but also they just, the amount of effort that they put into it. If you were to, I don't know, if another manufacturer, like maybe Adidas, were to have 100 years for this team, they probably wouldn't put the same level of effort in as Kappa have done there. You've got this jacquarded J, which obviously is just the crest. I love just a single letter one. Yes, it's similar to the Juventus one. And you know what? No surprise, Juventus, the Italian team, was the inspiration for the name behind this particular club. I think at that point, the club owner was a Juventus fan. What's even more funny though, of course, they've gone for Maroon, which is the colours of Juventus's main rivals, Torino. And that's actually what it was inspired by, because I think the owner's son or someone was a Torino fan. And of course, Torino are a big team as well back then. So it's Juventus name, Torino colours. It's a very strange combination, but obviously it works going on there. No sponsors. I don't think there was even a sponsored option. It's maybe in the games have played it, but certainly when it came to buying it, you couldn't do. On the back of the neck, of course, we have the Centennial reference point. Yeah, it's just amazing. As soon as I saw it online, at first I thought, no sponsor, maybe. But then I saw how hyped it was getting and people were trying to buy it. I thought, you know what, let's just go for it. Because it reminds me of the Vasco one. Kappa again, same styling. You've got this gold detailing, jacquarding sort of going on. It's just great. Just, you know what, if shirts were like this, I probably wouldn't mind the fact there'd be no sponsors, but yeah. So I'm starting to develop a nice little bit of a collection there for those Brazilian ones. But there's not really much else to say. It's teams like this are rarely you're ever going to see in the UK. You kind of just have to buy it directly. Keep your eyes peeled, which is a shame, really. But I suppose because there's so many clubs around the world, you would be just absolutely drowning in your choices. That's it for this video. Next video, I'm looking at my pile of shirts. I could probably show you one that's a replacement, which might end up not being a replacement. Quite ironic that is. And then for the week afterwards, it's probably going to be hopefully my birthday stuff, because my birthday's on Sunday, so I'll just show you those. Maybe I'll even open them on camera, because technically it should be a little bit of a surprise to me also. We'll see what happens. Hope you have a great week ahead. In the UK, we have bank holidays, so I won't be working Friday or Monday, which has landed perfectly for my birthday there. So, yeah, thank you as always for watching my videos, and goodbye.